Dragon Riders, Kaze no Kaeru, by Night Dragon 0. Night Slice's perspective. I groaned, coughing out excess water from my system. Around me, most of the others were doing the same. At least we'd ended up on dry land. Is everybody alright? I asked. Yeah, fine, Hazuki gasped. Ouch, that was a real spin, Kyle commented. The others just gave affirmative nods. But where are we? Hazuki asked, looking around. We were in a much larger cavern with a pool of water behind us. I guess that was how we'd gotten in. There was some light seeping into this cavern, like it was near the surface. So, we meet again, Night Slice, a deep voice growled. Kyoi? I gasped, looking towards the figure. The legendary fighting dragon stood several feet away, with his arms folded. Luckily, I heal pretty fast, he grinned, smashing his fists together. So I can give you a little payback for our previous battle. Hey, I'm supposed to be the one talking here, the female voice said. My vacuum whirlpools certainly deserve to be mentioned first, don't they? Another dragon stepped into view. She was smaller than her companion, a plump lizard-like dragon that currently walked on all fours. She had bright blue scales like the color of water and something like a sail along her back. Isui, it's a fact that no one ever enjoys your whirlpools, Kyoi said. Idiot! Isui whacked him in the shin with her tail. Ow! Hey, lighten up, girl, that was just a joke. Just shut up and fight already. You know it's the drill before we can say anything. Yeah, I know, Kyoi muttered. Just watch yourself, Isui. Don't concern yourself with my well-being. I'd be more worried about you, considering what happened to you the last time you fought him. Hey, that's a low blow, Isui, he protested. Oh, really? As low as this? The female dragon whacked him in the shin again. Ow! 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 He moaned, holding his leg. You don't have proper shins, so you don't know how much that hurts. That's lucky for me, then, she continued, giving him a third smack for good measure. Geez, these two fight like an old married couple, Hazuki whispered to me. That gave me an idea. Hey, you two in a relationship or something? I called out cheerfully. No! Both dragons simultaneously yelled back. Well, certainly looks like it, I grinned. What was that they say? You always hate the one you love? That's it! You're mine! Isui growled furiously. Come on then, you're about to see some fireworks! I crossed my hands in front of my chest, hoping that I could tap into my forbidden powers. I didn't want to turn into the Night Blazer on her, but there was something else I could do. Matrix, activate! This was one of my hidden abilities that I hadn't used for a long time. I closed my eyes as I felt the changes begin. My body was shifting back to its original Scyther form, but it was also becoming clad in golden armor. I pictured it in my mind, the mask covering my face, leaving just the eyes, mouth, and snout exposed. 3 sharp horns, 1 on the nose and 2 on the back of the head. Shoulders covered with a straight set of golden shoulder pads. Likewise for the upper body with a golden chest plate. At the back of the body armor was a symbol of the yin and yang, a pair of shin pads that stretched from the lower legs down and around the feet. With a roar, I swiped my sword-like claws against each other, making a swish as if it had been done with a pair of swords, showing off the armor to my awestruck companions. The Matrix ability. Haven't seen that one in a while, Kyoi muttered. Ha! I can take him on, Isui roared, charging. I met her attack head-on, our foreclaws clashing repeatedly before I jumped and gave her a 2-legged kick in the chest. She recovered in midair, landing on 4 legs, and fired off a hydro pump. I somersaulted away and landed beside my friends. Not bad, I growled. But try this! I opened the hidden sections beneath the shoulder panels and fired off several energy blasts at Isui's direction. The water dragon swiftly dodged each one and attacked before I had a chance to defend myself. The feint attack caught me in the chest, sending me flying back into the wall. Yeah! The blow felt a lot harder than it should have been. Yorokiru! Hazuki and the Pokemon, except for Kyle, who was still lying on the shore, came running over. You changed back! Shut up! I cursed, realizing I was back in human form. Too bad it's hard to maintain when you waste all your energy missing, Isui taunted. Unfortunately, she was right in a way. This fight was going to get messy after all. Luminar, you and I are gonna have to fight this bitch, I instructed, drawing my sword. Everyone else, keep Kyoi out of it. And how about me? Hazuki asked. You can fight Kyoi, I grinned as I ran off. Hazuki's perspective. He wanted me to what? Too late to protest, though. Nightslice and Luminar had already rushed the water dragon, and the three seemed to be engaged in an agility competition, leaving the fighting dragon to come charging with his head lowered. I cried out as I backed away, but an ice beam abruptly hit the ground in front of me, creating an ice wall that temporarily stopped the dragon. "That won't hold him for long," Kyle, who'd fired the beam, warned. Kiyoe promptly shattered the ice wall. Riptide stepped forward and fired his hydro pump, which Kiyoe blocked by folding his wings to the front of himself like shields. Kyle joined in with his own water attack. "Get the tranquilizer gun," Riptide telepathically told me. "Yeah, good idea." I dug the pistol out of Nightslice's backpack. "Oh, how does it work again?" "It's something about pulling the safety switch," Ashra said, running over to me. "I think I found it. There! Yikes!" The gun accidentally went off in my hands, sending a dart right into Riptide's behind. "Hey, what was that?" The Golduck fell over and begun snoring. "Oops, I'm sorry!" I cried, letting the gun slip out of my hand. It fell, hit the floor, and went off again. "Thanks a lot," Kyle muttered before joining Riptide in Dreamland. Oh, I panicked, bringing my hands up to my mouth. Without the barrage of water to hold him back, Kiyoe came forward. "Don't worry, I will protect you, my lady," Ashura declared, wrapping his vines around Kiyoe's neck and pulling them taut. "Ha! How do you like that?" Kiyoe looked very pissed as he grabbed onto the Ivysaur's vines and lifted him up. "Help! This is gonna hurt!" Ashura yelled as Kiyoe swung him round in circles like a yo-yo before chucking the unfortunate grass type into the water, leaving just the dragon and me. "Just the little girl, I see," he laughed. I muttered, backing off. Nightslice had taught me a few things about fighting, and had helped to fashion a staff for me. It was about the length of my arm, and made out of some hard wood. That was what I pulled out as I tossed my backpack aside. "Stay back!" I ordered, holding the short staff out. Somehow my voice didn't come out as intimidating as I hoped it would be. "Oh my, a stick! I'm so scared!" Kiyoe grinned sarcastically. "I'm warning you!" "Ha ha ha ha! What you gonna do? Hit me with that stick?" Kiyoe suddenly began charging towards me. I screamed as I stepped back. As I did so, I stepped on a rock and slipped, falling onto my back. It so happened that was the very moment Kiyoe was upon me. The motion caused me to slide between his legs, considering how tall he was. But you can guess that, as I went down, my staff went up. It so happened that the staff was between Kiyoe's legs. The dragon's eyes physically popped out of their sockets as he got hit. Well, in that place. As in, the one no guy wants to be hit in. His scream was just as loud as he fell, leaving me sitting there, still in a state of shock. When I finally could hear my heart beating again, I realized the dragon was lying face down next to me, moaning and clutching his groin area. Then I looked over to Nightslice, who was still battling Isui. Luminar was lying off to the side, having been knocked out cold. Nightslice was swinging his swords to counter Isui's claw attacks. He got a little careless and received a blow to his sword arm, causing him to drop the sword in pain. Isui immediately slashed his face, leaving a bloody claw mark across his left cheek. "Ah!" Nightslice screamed in outrage. Wiping his face with his arm, he gave her a fierce stare before charging. It looked as if he was going to attack with his bare hands, but then he flashed and changed into his Scyther form, the normal green one, that is. Isui lashed out at him, but he parried her attack and threw a skull bash right into her chest. The water dragon flew into the wall and finally lay still. "Yurukiro-san!" I ran over to the kneeling Scyther and put a hand on his shoulder. "What happened?" he panted, looking over himself. "I'm back in my own body." "The magic component that changed you has been broken," Isui said, lifting her head. "Using your forbidden powers destabilized whatever had been done to you before. However, you still must solve the part science played in this." "Chris?" he asked. "Yes. If you remain like this, you will be able to switch back and forth between human and Pokemon forms. This is due to the greater strength of your forbidden powers, but your half-sister cannot. Only you can restore her to her true form now." "Chris," he said softly, "hold on just a while more. I'm coming." Chris's perspective. Somehow, I regained consciousness. My sense of smell told me that I was back in the cell before my blurred vision did. I hadn't expected to live through that. I would have been much happier if that creature had killed me outright. Yet I clung to life, but why? "You're awake," a voice said. A Pokemon voice. In my weakened state, I'd failed to detect another presence in the cell. I did my best to sit up and defend myself, but the pain that shot through my body forced me back down. Relax, I'm a friend. The voice came closer. I found myself looking into the face of a Skarmory. You're pretty badly beat up, so try to get some rest. You talk, I muttered. You sound so surprised, the Skarmory laughed. We all do, of course. No, it's just, no Pokemon or human has ever talked to me like this. Well, since I got thrown in here. That's because they don't know what you truly are, Sorgia. Or perhaps I should call you Chris. This time, I didn't let the pain stop me from bolting up and holding my claws in front of me for defense. How did you know that? Who or what are you, anyway? And I noticed an orange armband tied around my right arm. And what's this thing? Slow down. Which questions do you want answered first? About you, I demanded. Scantrix is my current name, and I am like you, a human once, a long time ago. What? I gasped.